I am ready for abundance. Let these words settle gently into your mind, not as something you wish for, but as something you are choosing right now. In this moment, you are not chasing anything. You are not forcing anything. You are simply opening yourself to receive what has always been meant for you. Abundance is not far away. It is not something reserved for a few lucky people. It is a natural part of life, and you are allowed to experience it fully. When you say, I am ready for abundance, you are sending a clear message to your mind and to your life that you are no longer holding yourself back. Take a slow breath and allow yourself to feel calm, because readiness begins with peace. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to struggle to deserve more. You only need to be willing to accept that good things can come to you easily. These words are powerful because they shift your focus. Instead of thinking about what is missing, you begin to notice what is possible. Instead of waiting for the right time, you become the right time. Right now, you are creating a new space within yourself, a space where opportunities, love, success, and happiness can enter freely. You are not blocking them anymore with doubt or fear. You are choosing to trust that life can support you. And as you repeat these words, I am ready for abundance, let them become a truth you feel deep inside. Because the moment you truly feel ready, everything begins to change. Abundance is often misunderstood, and many people think it only means money or material things. But true abundance is much deeper and much wider than that. Abundance is the feeling of peace in your heart, the love you give and receive, the opportunities that come into your life, the good health you experience, and the quiet happiness you feel in simple moments. It is everything that makes your life feel full, supported, and meaningful. When you limit abundance to only one area, you unknowingly block yourself from receiving it in many other beautiful forms. Take a moment to gently expand your understanding. Imagine a life where you wake up feeling calm, where your mind is not filled with worry, where you trust that things are working in your favor. That is abundance. Imagine having people around you who care for you, moments that make you smile, and a sense of inner strength that keeps you steady even in difficult times. That is also abundant. It is not always loud or obvious. Sometimes it is quiet, soft, and deeply comforting. As you begin to see abundance in this way, something shifts inside you. You stop feeling like you have to chase it, and you begin to notice that it is already present in small ways. And when you notice it, you allow it to grow. The more you open your mind to all forms of abundance, the easier it becomes to receive even more. You are not limited, and the good things in your life are not limited either. There is always more waiting for you in ways you may not have expected, but are perfectly meant for you. Many people have been living with a quiet belief that there is never enough. It may show up as small thoughts like I can't have that, things don't work out for me, or I always miss my chance. These thoughts may feel normal, because they have been repeated for so long. But they are not the truth. They are simply patterns that the mind has learned over time. And without realizing it, these patterns can create a feeling of lack, even when there are opportunities around you. Scarcity thinking is not something you are born with. It is something you pick up from experiences, from fear, and sometimes from what you have seen in others. But the important thing to understand is that what is learned can also be unlearned. You are not stuck with these thoughts. You have the power to gently change them, one step at a time. You do not need to fight your mind. You only need to guide it in a new direction. Start by becoming aware of these limiting thoughts without judging yourself. When a thought of lack appears, simply notice it and let it pass. You don't have to believe it anymore. You can slowly replace it with something softer and more open, like maybe things can work out for me, or there is more than enough for me. These small shifts may seem simple, but they are powerful. As you let go of the idea that there is not enough, you begin to create space for something new. You begin to feel lighter, more hopeful, and more open. And in that openness, abundance can finally find its way to you without resistance, without struggle, just flowing naturally into your life. Being ready for abundance is not about waiting for something outside of you to change. It is about what is happening within you right now. Readiness is a quiet decision you make inside your mind and heart. It means you are open, you are willing, and you are no longer closing the door on good things because of fear or doubt. Many times people say they want more, but deep inside they are unsure, they are afraid, or they feel they do not deserve it. True readiness begins when you gently release those feelings and allow yourself to receive without resistance. Take a moment to notice how it feels to be open. It feels calm, it feels safe, and it feels natural. You are not forcing anything, you are simply allowing. When you are open, you are not questioning every possibility or expecting something to go wrong. Instead, you trust that life can bring you what you need at the right time. This kind of openness creates space, and that space is where abundance begins to enter your life. You do not have to be perfect to be ready. You do not need to have everything figured out. Readiness is not about having all the answers. It is about having a gentle belief that things can improve and that you are worthy of that improvement. Even a small sense of willingness is enough to begin. As you continue to say, "I am ready for abundance," let it remind you to stay open, to stay soft, and to stay willing. Because the moment you truly allow yourself to receive, you make it easier for abundance to reach you in ways that feel natural, supportive, and right for you. Your mind is always listening to what you repeat, even when you are not fully aware of it. The thoughts you think again and again slowly become beliefs, and those beliefs begin to shape your life. This is why daily affirmations are so powerful. When you choose to repeat gentle and positive words like "I am ready for abundance," you are giving your mind a new direction. You are teaching it to focus on possibility instead of limitation. At first, these words may feel unfamiliar, and that is okay. You do not need to force yourself to believe them right away. Just allow yourself to say them calmly and consistently. Over time, your mind begins to accept these new ideas. It starts to feel more natural to think in a positive and open way. What once felt distant begins to feel real and possible. Repetition is the key. Each time you return to these affirmations, you are slowly replacing old patterns that no longer serve you. You are building a new inner voice, one that supports you instead of holding you back. And as your inner voice changes, your feelings begin to change as well. You start to feel more confident, more relaxed, and more trusting of life. There is no rush in this process. You are not trying to change everything in one day. You are simply planting new thoughts, gently and patiently. And with time, these thoughts grow into beliefs that align with abundance. Keep coming back to these words each morning and let them guide your mind into a place where receiving feels easy, natural, and safe. Abundance does not begin when something arrives in your life. It begins with how you feel before it arrives. Your feelings are powerful, and they quietly guide what you attract and what you allow. When you choose to feel calm, grateful, and supported, even in small ways, you are creating the same energy that abundance carries. You are not waiting anymore. You are becoming someone who already feels full, already feels secure, already feels at peace. Take a moment to gently connect with this feeling. Imagine that things are already working out for you. You do not need to see every detail. You only need to feel a sense of quiet trust. Feel what it would be like to have enough, to be supported, to move through your day without fear. Let that feeling sit within you, even if it is soft at first. That feeling is enough to begin. You do not need to pretend or force strong emotions. Even a small sense of relief, a small moment of gratitude is powerful. When you notice something good, no matter how small, allow yourself to appreciate it. This simple act tells your mind and your life that you are ready to receive more of it. As you continue this practice, your inner state begins to change. You move from waiting to allowing, from worrying to trusting. And when your feelings align with abundance, you naturally begin to notice more opportunities, more support, and more positive moments around you. Abundance starts to feel familiar because you are already living in its energy, even before it fully shows up in your life. Trusting the process of life is an important part of allowing abundance to enter your experience. Sometimes you may feel like things are taking too long or not happening the way you expected. And in those moments, it is easy to become impatient or doubtful. But not everything needs to happen instantly to be real or meaningful. Life often works in quiet and unseen ways, preparing things for you at the right time and in the right way. When you choose to trust, you release the need to control every detail. You stop asking, "Why is this not happening yet?" and instead begin to feel, Things are working out for me, even if I cannot see it right now. This shift brings a sense of peace into your mind. You are no longer creating pressure or resistance. You are allowing life to move naturally. It is important to remember that delays do not mean denial. Sometimes, what you are asking for needs time to align with your life in the best possible way. There may be lessons, growth, or changes happening within you that are helping you become ready to receive it fully. Trusting this process does not mean doing nothing. It means staying open, calm, and patient while life unfolds. As you continue to say, "I am ready for abundance," let it also remind you to trust the timing of your life. You do not need to rush. You do not need to worry. Everything that is meant for you is finding its way to you, step by step. And when you trust this journey, you make the path smoother, lighter, and more peaceful for yourself. Becoming a match for abundance means bringing your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions into the same direction. It is not only about what you say, it is also about how you think during the day and how you treat yourself and your life. When your mind is filled with doubt, but your words say something different, it creates confusion within you. But when your thoughts, feelings, and actions begin to align, everything starts to feel clear and steady. Start by speaking to yourself in a kind and supportive way. The way you talk to yourself matters more than you may realize. When you choose gentle and positive words, you create an inner environment where abundance feels safe to grow. Then, notice your actions. Even small actions, like taking care of your space, being grateful for what you have, or making simple positive choices, help you move closer to the life you want. You do not need to make big changes all at once. Alignment happens in small, consistent steps. Each time you choose a better thought, a calmer feeling, or a positive action, you are becoming more connected with abundance. You are showing yourself and your life that you are serious about receiving more. As this alignment grows, things begin to feel natural instead of forced. You are no longer trying to chase abundance. You are becoming someone who already lives in that energy. And when you become a match for abundance, it begins to flow toward you with ease, because you are now ready to receive it fully. Sometimes, even when you say you are ready for abundance, there can still be quiet resistance inside you. This resistance often comes from doubt, fear, or the need to control how everything will happen. You may find yourself asking questions like, "What if this doesn't work?" Or "How will this even happen for me?" These thoughts may feel normal, but they can slow down the natural flow of abundance in your life. It is important to understand that you do not need to have all the answers right now. You do not need to figure out every step or force things to happen in a certain way. When you try to control every detail, you create tension within yourself. And that tension makes it harder for you to stay open and relaxed. Abundance flows more easily when you allow things to unfold instead of trying to manage everything. Letting go of resistance does not mean you stop caring. It simply means you trust more than you fear. When a doubtful thought comes into your mind, gently notice it and let it pass without holding onto it. You can remind yourself, I do not need to know how. I only need to stay open. This small shift can bring a sense of relief. As you release the need to control and the habit of overthinking, you begin to feel lighter. You create more space inside your mind and your heart, and in that space, abundance can move freely toward you. The less you resist, the more you allow. And the more you allow, the easier it becomes for everything you desire to find its way into your life. Now, as you come to the end of this moment, gently return to the words that brought you here. I am ready for abundance. Let these words feel natural. Let them feel true. And let them stay with you even after this ends. You have taken this time to open your mind, to soften your thoughts, and to allow yourself to believe that more is possible for you. That alone is powerful. You are no longer holding yourself back in the same way. You are choosing a new direction, one where you trust, where you feel calm, and where you allow good things to enter your life. Abundance is not something you have to chase anymore. It is something you are allowing, something you are becoming ready to receive in all areas of your life. With each day, with each small shift in your thoughts and feelings, you are moving closer to a life that feels full, supported, and peaceful. Trust that this process is working, even in ways you cannot see yet. Trust that you are growing and that everything is slowly aligning for you. Keep these words with you as you move through your day and return to them each morning. Let them guide you. Let them remind you of who you are becoming, because the more you repeat them, the more they become a part of you. And if this message spoke to you, take a moment to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, share it with someone who may need to hear this today. And don't forget to subscribe for more messages that support your growth and your journey.